Hey students, Miss Rogel here. I hope you enjoyed the lesson from Monday that talked all about supply and demand. I saw some discussion boards, and for your 3-2-1 learning, I'm really glad that y'all took a lot from the lesson, okay? So today is actually our last day diving in and learning about economics. Today is going to be a little bit of researching some vocabulary that you may not have been taught yet, and a review of some of your old ones. So we are going to take this assignment as a quiz just to kind of double check your learning, okay? So the last couple of weeks you've learned about entrepreneurs, you've learned about money, you've learned about goods and services, consumers and producers, and then supply and demand. Okay, so what you're going to do is the first thing that you need to do is you need to print out this PDF. It says all about money research hunt. Okay, if you do not have a printer where you can print this out, you can most definitely copy the questions down on a sheet of paper, but please make sure you double check that you are answering all the questions, because I would hate if you missed a couple points because you didn't answer them all. Okay, so let's just take a look at this sheet. The first row says supply and demand. Well, you can either remember or definitely find some extra support when you research. So what are goods? What does small supply mean? Okay, we didn't necessarily talk about small supply, but I think you can also infer what that means as well as find it when you're looking up your answers. What does balance mean? Okay, this row is about scarcity. We did talk about scarcity. What are resources? What does scarce mean? And why do people make choices? Okay, and then again, this relates to economics. All right, making choices. What are needs? How should people spend their money? And what are wants? Okay, this one's about consumers and producers. What are services? And then this one says, what are consumers and who are producers? Okay, this one has two questions to it. All right, what do banks do? What are banks? What is an interest? And what is a deposit? So as we've already read through some of these questions, I'm remembering a lot of the stuff that I may have read on the Social Studies MobyMax questions or some of the Social Studies Weekly articles. But I think I want to just verify my answers by still going to PebbleGo to find my answers. So let's kind of look at how we can find our answers. Okay, so the first thing I did is I printed out my sheet. I'm ready to go. So then you are going to log on to the portal. This is the main page you might see. This one is mine. It looks a little different, but typically on the right side of your screen, you will see where it says e-class or anything like that. Well, over here, it says student resources. Mine says teacher resources. You can still find something called online research library. So I'm going to go ahead and click on online research library because I need to do some research. Okay, now that I've clicked on my online research library, it might take a couple minutes to load, but that's okay. So these are different ways that I can research, but I remember from that handout, that PDF, it said I need to go find PebbleGo. Well, PebbleGo starts with a P, and I'm noticing these are in alphabetical order. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the P's. Okay. I'm noticing this gives me two options for PebbleGo. Well, I just want to do PebbleGo instead of PebbleGo Next. So let's click on this one because this icon looks exactly like my PDF. Okay, now I'm going to click on Open Now. Okay, now that I've clicked on Open Now, I'm reminding myself this is for social studies. And then I remember that PDF said all about money. Okay, so now that I'm in the All About Money tab, it's going to tell you different things. It's going to tell you different things that you can go to. Consumers and producers, earning money. So this is exactly like the titles of those rows that was given. So I might find answers about consumers and producers under the
Consumers and Producers.
That tab, okay? I can most certainly go under the other ones if I want to do some extra learning or see if I can find additional information from there. So once I click on Consumers and Producers, it's going to give me additional tabs about different things.
Consuming goods.
Okay? And if I want to go backwards to the other tabs, I can most certainly go backwards.
Goods and services.
Okay? So just a reminder, I'm looking for supply and demand. What are goods? So if I go to consumers and producer, it says consumers buy all sorts of goods. Consumer buys small goods like clothes, toys, and food. They also buy large goods such as boats and houses. I think I can click on this. Good. Good is something that can be bought or sold, okay? So I already found that answer right there. So what I would do on my printout is I would write it down, okay? So now that you know how to print out your sheet, you're filling out all of the answers. Make sure you answer them in complete sentences. Once you're done with your sheet, I want you to take a picture of it, and you are going to upload your answers to the discussion board when you are finished, okay? So again, print out the sheet, log on to PebbleGo, and then fill out your answers. Again, if you don't have a printer, you can handwrite them all, okay? All right. I cannot wait to see some good responses, and I hope y'all had an awesome time learning all about economics, okay? All right, y'all have a good day.